Imagine walking into an emergency room with a shattered leg, and instead of taking an X-ray, the doctor hands you a notebook. They ask you to journal how you walk for the next 3 years, and perhaps they'll try a random painkiller later to see if it helps. In any other field of medicine, that is considered malpractice. But in severe psychiatry, specifically for conditions like schizophrenia, that wait-and-see guessing game is the current standard of care. This is an era of biological abdication, because the living brain is locked inside the skull, inaccessible to easy biopsies. The medical field largely surrendered to defining the illness by observing outward behavior. This surrender results in a median delay of 5 to 10 years from a patient's first symptoms to the moment they finally receive the appropriate psychiatric treatment. That decade of delay carries an astronomical price. We are looking at a disease that costs the U.S. economy $366 billion every year, contributing to high rates of homelessness and suicide. The physiological toll is even more severe. While the system waits and observes, the brain is actively deteriorating. The gray matter literally thins out during those years of untreated psychosis. Psychosis is a neurotoxic state. Left unmanaged, it results in physical, compounding brain damage. Treating these outcomes as medical failures shifts the objective. Dora Mind has proposed a 20-year roadmap to address the biological causes of these delays. To understand the shift, think of psychiatry today as diabetes care in 1975, crude, reactive, and reliant on guesswork. Phase 1 of the Doro protocol aims to compress that 10-year treatment delay to under 30 days, using the Laguna mRNA transcriptomic panel. This blood test reads the brain's real-time biological expression under stress. It provides a probability score in days, reaching 98.3% accuracy. The diagnostic is paired with a therapeutic counterpart, the SAID-1 synaptic peptide, a rapid-acting weekly injection. Standard antipsychotics act as sedatives to manage hallucinations. This peptide acts as a synaptic fertilizer, structurally repairing the brain's connections to restore cognitive function. Even the most effective drugs fail if a startup runs out of capital or cannot find enough patients to complete clinical trials. Doro Mind operates as a live clinical entity today, funding their future science through immediate patient care via their Compass and Care services. By guiding families through crises and providing specialty treatment, they generate the service revenue required to self-sustain their laboratory operations. Because they own the clinical channel, they are building a massive pre-consented patient registry. Every family treated today helps fund and de-risk the biological trials of tomorrow. A perfect pill is useless if a patient in the middle of active psychosis refuses to take it. Adherence is the historical Achilles heel of psychiatric medicine. Phase 3 of the roadmap makes treatment adherence structural, taking the burden of remembering entirely away from the patient. Engineers are developing long-acting oral clozapine. A patient swallows a standard capsule, the shell dissolves, and a star-shaped polymer unfolds inside the stomach. It is too large to pass through the digestive tract, safely residing in the stomach while slowly releasing medication for weeks. By making the delivery automatic, Doro aims to break the cycle of relapse and rehospitalization that currently defines the disease. By the 2040s, the biological data collected allows schizophrenia to be broken down into biological subtypes, rather than treated as a single disease. Patients with specific genetic markers receive targeted molecular whiteout. It binds to faulty messenger RNA, neutralizing it before toxic proteins form. Other cases require base editing to go straight to the source, physically snipping and rewriting the faulty genetic code. The ultimate goal is preemptive interception, using early screening to debug a teenager's brain years before a psychotic break ever manifests. Ending untreated schizophrenia over the next 20 years yields nearly $1 trillion in recovered societal value. Moving this science into the clinic requires capital. This funding ensures precision cures reach the general population rather than remaining limited to private, high-cost clinics. Your biological diagnosis does not define your life's boundary. By providing the resources to follow this roadmap, we can completely pull psychiatry out of the dark ages and make schizophrenia a relic of medical history.